Good morning. Thanks all on both sides of the aisle for joining us today. Today we are undertaking the work assigned to us under the FY25 budget resolution that Congress adopted earlier this month. The resolution asks for us to find cost savings across our jurisdiction of no less than $1 billion. If the past is any evidence of prologue, we're going to be together for a while today. It's my hope that we can move through today as expeditiously as possible. But no matter how long it takes, we must remember why we are here. In a little over 8 months, Americans are facing a looming tax increase. This is an irrefutable fact. If Congress fails to act, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act provisions will expire. And when those expire, tens of millions of Americans, 62% of tax filers, according to a recent study, will see their tax liability increase and their take-home pay decrease. In order to do this, Congress has assessed the fiscal position of our nation and found it wanting. As of today, we have $37 trillion in debt and paying billions of dollars in interest each day on that debt. In 2025, we'll spend almost $1 trillion in total interest. This, too, is an indisputable fact. If Congress fails to act, our debt will continue to grow exponentially and spiral out of control. For too long, government spending has always been a one-way ticket. At every opportunity, Congress has failed to make tough choices to manage our debt and get our fiscal house in order. For as long as I can remember, members of Congress have talked about managing the nation's fiscal situation so that they could pass off a healthy nation to their children and grandchildren. Well, I've got some bad news. The kids grew up, and they are us. The crisis is no longer theoretical, off in some distant future. Past Congresses have failed to make tough decisions, so now the crisis is here, confronting the very Americans that they failed to help. While almost every lawmaker bears some responsibility for our present predicament, the reckless, wasteful spending of the recent Biden-Harris administration was a tipping point. Post-COVID, we've had the opportunity to rein in federal spending and promote pro-growth policies. Instead, the prior administration, believing it was heir to the FDR legacy, piled on trillions of dollars of new spending, new policies, new activities, and resulting debt onto the public ledger. They did this ironically, perhaps, by using the very same process that today we're trying to use to undo that damage, that is, budget reconciliation. So we're here today to finally do the difficult work of extracting our nation from this fiscal predicament. The committee will do its part today to reduce the deficit and decrease direct spending so that Congress can enact pro-growth tax policies. I'm eager to get to work and finally tackle these issues. And remember, today we're here with one purpose: to do our part to put the nation back on a more sustainable, responsible fiscal trajectory. I yield back.